Hello everybody, welcome. It's Saturday and everybody's sitting and I hope you're enjoying a braai, have a beer in hand to join us for the third edition of the Duckhook Golf Course, finding the Duckhook Golf Course 18 holes. I'm not alone, we've done hole 1 and 2 and we have our regular panel with us. Let me say hello to everybody. Hello everybody, welcome back. Everybody waving, everybody moving, Fats on your right. Ryan Esmond on the bottom left and Coach Dylan on the right hand side. So, how's everybody's Saturday going?
Very chilled, actually.
Ryan?
Very good.
How many balls have you had today, Ryan?
Couple brandy. I haven't hit any today. Actually been gardening a hell of a lot today. I did 40 k's on cycling this morning on the road, which is quite nice. And then, I've been gardening all day. Chopped down like half a garden. So
way too much DIY today, for sure.
Way too much.
Way too much.
Dylan, how many coaching videos did you shoot today?
Actually, I did. I shot 5 today.
5?
Yeah,
Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
I'm starting a new series on Monday. So, I shot tomorrow's video and the first 4 of the new series. We'll see how that goes.
Fantastic. Okay. So, Fats, we have something different and exciting to tell the people, and what is that?
Oh yeah, right, so we've decided we're going to run a little competition as well, alongside the Duckhook top 18 holes. So the way it will work is we would like to ask everybody to please send in their top 18. So basically from tomorrow onwards, so you need to add the first 3 holes that we choose. So obviously the Reading and Gauteng that's been chosen already, and then obviously the one that will be chosen tonight. And then we've got a couple of boxes of true softs to give away to the winners if there's more than one. So winners will obviously be the guys that has the most holes that's the same as the 18 that we choose.
Fantastic. And let me tell you, I have one of them right here. So to make it more interesting, indeed, we are going to select. Well, let me say, how is this unfolded? We decided between the 4 of us, we're going to try and put 18 holes together, so that we're kind of on the same page, so that when we get to hole 13, 14, we're not like sitting going, oh my word, this is not working out. Let me tell you, I struggled today. It's not an easy feat, because there's holes you want, but then it messes everything else up. How is your 18 hole this going?
They're the same, hey? You put in a few holes that you think, and then you get later on down the line and you think, shit, I can't leave that hole out of that course. And then you get a bit mixed up with the par 5s and par 3s as well, so not an easy task. But yeah, here we are.
Yeah, I had my par 5s and par 3s sorted, and then same thing. Got down to like 2 holes left, and I was in trouble. So actually, right now my course consists of 5 par 5s. So that probably I need to shuffle around a little bit before we get to where those come into play. Otherwise, I'll probably get stick from you, Oaks. But So it's tough. It's tough to try and, especially trying to get hole 3 of that course into hole 3 on our course. So,
So people at home watching, don't stress too much. It's a work in progress. But I want to announce that we have a special guest joining us today, and the special guest is, say hello to Mr. Basil Wright. Hello, Baz. How you doing?
Hey, how's it, Moz?
Are you well? How's your lockdown been? Are you going crazy not playing golf?
Yeah, it's been hectic. I can't go another day without golf. I told the wife this morning, let me just go buy a loaf of bread or something, just to get out the house. So I was looking forward to buying that loaf of bread, to be honest. But just hanging in there, hitting balls on the balcony, keeping sharp for most of the parts. But looking forward to getting out there.
Cool. Let us remind you of the 2 holes that we have selected. Here we go. First hole, Reading, par 4, through the gates, 359 meters. And then we had, after long debate, Gauteng, par 5, 485 meters. Okay, Baz, I want to find out quickly your take on these 2 holes that we selected. Let's start with the first hole, Basil. What did you think of Reading's first hole?
Oh, Reading. I love that first hole, early in the morning, 7 o'clock tee off time, you have the sunset behind you, got that beautiful tree line in. It's quite a challenging tee shot, so you don't always have to pull out the drive and hope for the best. You can always strategically play your way, soft long iron down there, and your approach should be simple. So not a bad start, beautiful hole. So I can definitely agree with the Duckhook boys that Reading's definitely a good starting hole. But, you know, Reading has 17 other really good holes that you could debate about. But that first hole really sticks out. You know, everybody talks about, Reading's first tee shot. Looking forward to that shot and into a great round.
Quick question.
So 100% agree.
What would you take off the tee?
Personal preference, right off the back, 2-iron is the play all day. Reading's not really known to be soft, even though the course is green. It's not really the softest golf course, so the ball does tend to get a bit of roll. So definitely 2-3 iron possibly, and then probably 9-iron, 8-iron wedge into for the second. So not really demanding the big dog off the tee, you know. So personal preference, 2-iron.
And quickly take us through Glendower's second hole.
Our second hole at Glendower is just amazing. Also just picturesque, tree lines left and right. Daunting. It's not my most favourable tee shot because I tend to hit it left there quite often. But I've just learned to actually just hit 5-wood down there. 5-wood, 4-iron, run it up right off that bunker. And if you hit the green 2-putt, take the birdie, you know. But you don't want to jeopardise the tee shot. So beautiful hole, beautiful selection. It's a very favourable golf course, so a lot of the Duckhook guys would love to throw Glendower into the Duckhook 18. So I was kind of waiting to hold on to the Glendower, selection, but we've got to throw it in there nice and early.
Great. Okay, so let's just say hello to some of the boys. Leon van Aarde, how's it? Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us. Then we have Dorian Fourie. It says hello, boys. Carl van Linden, this is the third time. Thanks for joining us. At least we're keeping you entertained. Richard Stewart, also hello Richard, how are you doing? And a whole bunch of other gentlemen. Okay, let's remind.
We can throw an out welcome into Rickett there, Maz. Rickett from Rand Park.
Rickett from Rand Park. I'm actually looking for a Rickett from Rand Park. There we go. Hello Rickett from Skullcoat. Thank you for joining us. Good evening. Hope you enjoy the show. We haven't quite gotten Firethorn yet. We had a big debate on the second hole, but it didn't make it. So we'll see what other hole makes it into Firethorn. Okay, let's remind everybody for hole number 3. What is going to be hole number 3? Okay, so these are the selections, everyone. So we've got Peakenwood. There's a par 3, 145 meters. Blue Valley, par 5. Highlands Gate is also a par 3. Let me tell you, there's been a lot of support for Highlands Gate. Kyalami, there's also been a lot of support for that par 3 over the water. Dane Fern, par 4. Serengeti's par 5 at the back. Eagle Canyon's got an interesting little stroke 1. Rand Park Firethorn is the par 4. Woodhill, par 5. Copperleaf's par 3, also very long, and a lot of votes for it on our Facebook poll. I think it might be heading the way. Royal Joburg East. Glen Vista is there with us with that tricky little one, dogleg left, where you try not to hit it into the houses on the right. Irene, Ibotsi Links, Houghton has got the first of its par 5s, and Jackal Creek is a par 3 also over the water. Okay, gentlemen, who shall we start with?
Me.
Fats or Ryan?
Go Ryan.
Fats or Ryan? Ryan?
I go Kyalami. Kyalami par 3 over the water. Wind can play a factor on that hole. It's a slightly raised tee box. And a reasonably tricky green. It's quite a slopey, or uphill as you approach it. But, if you go, as the amateur golfer does, go a bit longer to make sure you get over the water, you end up with quite a tricky putt. If it's a front pin or middle pin, you're coming, back down the hill. You can't get too clever in going with a long club because you go OB into the bridle path.
Yeah. And something.
I think it's a challenging hole.
Fats, I'm going to put the two of you together because you've both chosen this hole. What is your view on Kyalami's par 3?
I have to agree with a lot of Ryan's points, obviously, because I chose the hole. It's one of my favorite holes to play. Reason being is with the green being quite running along the water, but if you have a front pin, you need to choose the right club because you hit it slightly left, you still hit the water, even if you have the distance to the pin. Same thing with the pin at the back. You don't want to go over the green and either go OB or, I mean, having a chip. It's a scary chip from back there. And I've seen a lot of guys, quickly hit five ring six there. But still, one of my favorites. I always seem to hit a decent tee shot there. Although it's a scary tee shot, if you just aim middle right of the green and have your distance control quite okay on the day, you'll be safe for a 2-putt par.
Fantastic. Okay, boys. I'm interested here. Dylan, your turn. You've been quiet for a bit. Let us go through your hole.
Just quickly touch there on line and fits. I think that's a great hole actually, and it's quite a deceptive hole because the way they position the tee box and then how the green is shaped, there's almost a 45-degree angle from the tee to the green, which essentially ends up cutting the green in two. So you have these two tiny targets, and if you do start on the first hole, then that's arguably the third hole. That's your third iron shot of the day. And you have to match up your line with the distance that you hit. So it really asks a lot of questions, of someone so early in the round because of the angles that it plays at. So I do think it's a fantastic hole. Why didn't I pick it? I had my eye on Kyle Lamy. I had my eye on maybe the 11th or the 14th. So that's why maybe I didn't go that route, but I definitely did consider it. Probably my top three that I would have considered. And then why did I go for Glen Vista? Basically, Maz, was more a process of elimination. So there was just other holes on other courses that I was keeping for later, and I just felt like maybe the third at Glen Vista, it's a pretty hole, but again it's kind of you're kind of getting to know my vibe, I guess, a bit now. I like the holes there where where the course architect asks you a question that you only answer once you get to a ball. So, you hit, every time I played there, or the first sort of 5 times I played there, just pull out driver and bash it over those trees, and it looks pretty and impressive. And then you walk up there and you've got, maybe 60 or 50 meters, and the guy that's hit 3-iron has 100 meters, and you think to yourself, well, fuck, it wasn't really worth the risk of trying to hit the driver. You just hit an iron up and you still got a gap where you're a sandwich anyway. So why would you bring in all that risk when you can't actually drive the green? Yeah. So I like that kind of thing, almost like you tricked into trying to attack, but not really that rewarded for it. So because of that and the prettiness and the process of elimination, that's why I've decided to go with that. And apologies for my excuses.
Thank you. Okay. Now, Basil, as our special guest, Baz, I'm interested to hear what your selection for the third hole of the Duckhook golf course is.
Yeah, Maz. So personally, I think this is going to be a massive democracy. Yeah, I'm going with the hole number 3 from Eagle Canyon. Personal preference is that, we've just started with Reading, good par 4, strong par 4, and then you just thrown in with Glendower, birdie hole. You kind of don't want to give yourself the next hole that you want to play a hole that's going to be taking your birdie back. So you've got to work hard for that par. Make sure that you hit a fairway, hit a green, and walk off with a par. So Eagle Canyon, personally for me, I definitely think we'll get that off the list because preference, there aren't many holes that I can say that I like from Eagle Canyon, but that stroke one's a good hole. Off the back, it's a good driver, a good 7-iron. From the club tee, you're going to hit a 5 with 2-iron, and you've got to hit a good 8-iron in there. Over water, left and right is bush. So personally for me, a Duckhook 18 holes, the amen corner's got to start early, got to get the guys unraveled, digging deep into their abilities, So if you look at the modern golf courses of today, the Greg Normans, like Eye of Africa, you don't get to a par 3 from the 5th hole. So personally, get the long holes there, get the guys working hard for them, and get them ready for the par 3s, So personal preference, I'm going to shoot Kailami out the water. Glen Vista, personally, I think they've ran out of golf course to build a hole there, so they just slapped that third hole there on the right hand side of that golf course, So personal preference, Eagle Canyon all the way. I feel like they've done a really good job on that hole, especially with the slopes, all the water, the levels, So Eagle Canyon all the way, Maz. I hope you agree with me.
Darren Ferree says the third is a great hole. and he does agree. But I know that he's gone for a different hole because he's been in contact with me, sending me videos. Let me tell you, that was I had two options. I had the Eagle Canyon stroke one because I thought it was a great hole, as you described the whole thing. But then I went ultimately for Peakenwood. I went for the Peakenwood par 3 with a water in front. Very difficult shot.
Difficult bunker.
Also angled green, just angled opposite way to the tile.
And it's also got to get the par 3 in compared to all the other what I'm choosing.
Yeah, I like the one at Peakenwood because if you bail out left and in those deep bunkers, then you still actually got a very, very tricky shot. So you just
it's only 150 meters, gentlemen.
You just got to man up.
For your sand wedges, no problem. Okay, what I want to do...
That's what pretty the best. It's short, just hit the green.
Yeah, you're 2 under par through 3 holes.
I felt like the 12 that Peakenwood had to make the mix. It's just there's no hole in South Africa like it, really.
Yes, very nice hole.
And
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the only hole like that in South Africa. So that's why...
That's also a pretty hole, that.
Okay, before we go on, so that's our opinions. I'm going to go and show you the Facebook poll. The Facebook poll has Copperleaf, the par 3, 190 meters. So we'll get back to all of these extra ones. And we have not mentioned Copperleaf or Highlands Gate.
Yeah.
Right?
The
Peakenwood.
190 of the ladies' tees, man.
Yeah, I think it might be off the ladies'
I've
tees.
never played it at 190.
Yeah, I agree with you. Peakenwood, Glen Vista, there's 2 others that agree with you, Basil. And then Carl.
Must be Glen Vista members.
Must be. Okay, so that is our poll. But then, thank you very much, gents, watching at home. You sent me some videos. So let's let people hear what you had in mind for the videos. Is it going to play? I don't think it's going to play. It's decided not to. So let me line that up for you quickly. Okay, Dylan, give me a second because now I need to find the video, and the video has miraculously disappeared. Okay, if I don't find it in the next few seconds, then we will continue. Okay, never mind. Okay, let's look at the poll. Let's talk about, while I look for it, let's talk about Copperleaf's long hole. Let's go for that one.
Right, job. Great golfing hole. I don't like it because most of the time I do hit it left or long for some reason. If you stand there, it's 205, 210. I don't really have a club for that in my bag. So I go soft hybrid, and then you know what happens. You duck hook it into the dam, or I hit it sweetly over the green. And I think I've parred once. Usually walk off there with a 4 or a 5. But still, it's a great golfing hole. But the reason I would not go for it is I have my eye on another hole at Copperleaf, which I would really love to be in the top 18.
Okay, nice, thank you. Copperleaf, anyone else have an opinion? I don't like that hole. That hole kills me. I get there and my round's gone.
It's a great par 3. We're wanting to make a course again, like I think I said on day 1, on the pick for hole 1. We're wanting to make a course that's friendly for everyone, not just an 8 that can hit a 3-iron or fine 200 meters onto the middle of a green and bash a 2-putt for par. You want to have par 3s in the mix that the guys can score on. They're not just
100%.
there to hopefully walk off for the par or hopefully walk off for the bogey, honestly, at that hole for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I wouldn't go near Copperleaf for the 3rd.
Okay. Any other comments on that hole?
I think the same thing. I think if you look at the overall course and makeup of the course, the second shot that you've just played on 2, if you hit a decent tee shot, it's going to be a very similar shot to the shot you're about to hit on 3 if you put Copperleaf hole number 3 on there. So that'll be back-to-back sort of long 210, 220, depending on your drive, with a preferable draw on it, 2 shots in a row. You don't want to over-favor one guy. You want to, as Ryan says there, you want to test all clubs in the bag and all shot shapes and all types of golf. So, that would be my reason why not to have that hole.
Okay. Bez, last comment for Copperleaf?
For me, I'm very much like Tiger Woods. I don't like to take wood out on a par 3. I think it's a little bit out of hand. So, personal, that whole golf course is just, you open up your shoulders the whole day and all of a sudden you get onto this tee box and you've got to hit a 3-iron dead straight and hope for a good bounce if you're pitching it short, So it's a no-go. It's a no-go for me personally. There's other holes on Copper Leaf that just make more sense for the Duckhook 18.
So Facebook guys, you're not winning with your Copper Leaf suggestion. Okay, I found that video, so I'm going to play it in, and this is what some guys had to say.
All the way from Hoedspruit. There's only one hole that can come to mind for hole number 3 is Highlands Gate. That view that you get from that par 3, that you have to carry over that canyon in a way. So if you get it on a green, good chance of making a 3. Off the green, good chance of making bogey or even more. What an epic hole.
Yeah, talking about hole 3, I think hole 3 for me, definitely the third hole at Highland Gate. That is a very, very difficult par 3, depending from where you play. When we played there from the tips, it is forcing you to hit very long irons, and I think from that perspective, it's a challenging hole.
Quick reason why I picked Copper Leaf's third for my Duckhook holes poll. It's a elevated tee, playing down to water on the left. I think there's 2 bunkers on the right, 1 on the front, so there's really not a lot of room for error. And to end up with 3 on that hole is definitely a win. I can just imagine someone like Paul aiming for the middle of the water with his big fade / slice, and then ending up somewhere close to the bunkers.
Hey guys, my choice for the third hole would definitely be the par 3 Peking Wood third hole. Absolutely beautiful hole, water on the right, bunkers on the left, and just a fantastic par 3 to play. Very difficult if you get it wrong. Maz, as you know, you saw my meltdown, 14 shots on that par 3, but it's a great hole, great challenge, worthy of the third hole of the Duckhook course.
Here we go. There we go. So
I disagree with everybody.
You disagree with everybody? Okay, so let's quickly break it down. 2 for Highlands Gate. We're going to talk about Highlands Gate now. Pekinwood for Yaku. Yaku's good enough. He plays off like scratch. Yaku's in Canada, and he's playing his first round tomorrow. So good luck. At least somebody's playing some golf. And then who was the last one? No, there was a Kalomi, Dorian. Okay, so let's talk about Highlands Gate's par 3. My opinion, great par 3, but I still think there's better holes on that course to choose from.
I think we're all in agreement there, Maz. It's a great hole, lovely hole. I mean, the raised green, everything just runs off it. But I mean, you get to number 4, and you sort of forget about that par 3 already with the views on number 4. I mean, the further on you go on the golf course, the better it gets. So for me as well, again, I think, like we agreed on the first episode as well, there's too many good holes at Highland Gate.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree with that, but actually I think as well that I don't like that green. I think they messed up the whole that green. They've placed those sort of 4 feet short and narrowed them to create this optical illusion, which is so good. And so you hit it straight through the middle of that optical illusion, and your ball just falls off the right of the green because of this ridiculous slope. I think if they had made it bigger and a flatter green complex, and you're asking a lot of questions of mid-amateur or mid-handicap golfers to carry a gorge, and then you reward them with this big putting surface that was actually they couldn't see from the tee, then I would say, yeah, great golf. Because of what they did, it's one of the poorer holes I think of the golf.
Next.
Well, I've got 2 reasons. One, I've never played there, so that's a big reason. And 2, just correct me if I'm wrong, but the 1 par 5 is a stroke 1.
Yes.
So that is possibly, which hole is that? That's probably the back 9.
14.
So that's 100%. Exactly. You see how much like charisma that hole gives you. That's definitely on the back 9 for the Duckhook guys. You know, you're on the tee box, all of a sudden you got bush left and right, you got to hit it down the middle, par 5. So, I don't know. I've never played there, so I'm kind of on the fence, but I don't know. There's no par 3 that can overcome a stroke 1 par 5. Sorry.
I would love to see you play that par 5. That would be really interesting.
Yeah. For me, it's a different par 5 on that course that's in my mind. But, yeah, anyway.
People watching, if you don't know, we went on tour there. It was very interesting.
So
Playing
11 and 14 are going to be quite short, I think.
Okay, so what I quickly want to do, because we've already been on air for 25 minutes and we need to wrap this up so people can carry on with their day or their evening, I just want to go through, is there any other hole we want to talk about quickly? Nothing really stood out to me.
There were a few decent par fives, but then we just had a par five, so those fell away.
Exactly.
Which were those decent par fives?
Serengeti comes to mind. Blue Valley's also still par five.
Yes.
There's another one as well.
The third hole at Gauteng.
I did consider Irene, I'll be honest. I think that's a nice strong par four there at
Long.
Irene.
Also stroke one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, just dead straight. Almost a par 4.5, especially for the club golfer. You don't get too...
That's amazing green net.
Very narrow green and two-tiered, So I did consider
slightly innovative.
But again, there's a couple of other unique holes at Irene, I think.
Yeah, for me, it just wasn't a pretty hole on Irene to pick.
Okay, now the hardest part of everything, because this is, the number 3 is just, everybody's got their own opinion, but we got to choose one. So where do we even start? Let's start with the most popular ones.
The South African pass rate, 30%. That means me, 33%. 1 out of 3. There we go.
Okay, so we've got Kyle Army up there. I think Kyle. Okay, so let's. Are we going to brass the copper leaf par 3?
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's gone.
Okay, sorry.
You
everybody.
mean the par 4?
The par 4.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay. The other popular one was Kyle Army. I think that's in the running, and then that's a par 3, and the other one is Highlands Gate. Now, I think out of there, from the common consensus is that there's better holes in Highlands Gate. So if that is your choice, it might not be everybody's choice because it is very difficult. You can go missing there. So now we kind of back to Kyalami. Anyone else? Oh, and Pekinwood. Sorry. Thank you, Dorian. He reminds me here that Pekinwood was in the mix. Okay, so Kyalami, Pekinwood, par 3s.
Personally, I think still, not just because I picked Kyalami, but Pekinwood's par 3 is a pretty little hole. It's just a little bit too short. Where with Kyalami, like Dylan said as well, with a 45-degree angle gives you something to think about.
You've got to be on point.
Also not an easy green to hit, but easy enough, and I think it's a great hole. Just to get back to Dylan's choice as well on Glen Vista, love that hole. It's a great hole, like you said. I mean, you got to think off the box. Not worth it going with the driver. Slightly left, you're in the trees, you've got to punch out anyways. If you push it a little bit right, you're almost into the houses with the length. But for me, I'm still looking at the 10th at Glen Vista as my hole. But the 3rd was definitely second choice of that golf course.
Okay. So then for an artist says, okay, Kyalami. I know Oosthuizen. He's like, okay, Kyalami. So I think we swayed a lot of people to Kyalami's side. And Carl van der Linde is...
It's just more of a golf shot at the end of the day.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I'm gonna change my tactics up until this point, and I'm gonna cave and jump the fence. Partly because Pekinwood, I think 12 definitely has to be the one. Pekinwood, so I'm going to jump the fence, and I'm on the Kyalami bandwagon.
Yes, Ryan.
Well done.
Yes,
okay.
I got one.
So we have
But the
consensus.
thing is, you can hit the Kyalami tee shot from the middle of the Threes fairway at Eagle Canyon. So it's pretty much the same shot, over water, down the hill. So yeah, I'm still stuck with Canyon. I'm sorry, boys. That
Okay,
Kyalami hole.
Baz,
Yeah.
question for you is, now that you don't have your way, what other hole at Eagle Canyon will you suddenly substitute? Any idea? You don't have to be specific, but what hole do you like? Can you drive
Eagle
the 16th?
Canyon. 16, 18. Yes, I can. From the club tee, 100%. It's a pretty easy shot because the water sort of goes long right and long left. You just got to knuckle it down the middle, hit it over the green. So, yeah, if you got the distance, it's actually, you pretty much just got to hit it straight.
I enjoy laying up with my 7-iron, so I'll just take that.
So there's a couple of guys there that I think could get over, but you need the accuracy there. So I don't know. Eagle Canyon's tough for me. It's iffy. The stroke one's the best hole for me there. I don't know. there's a good couple par threes, but there's outstanding par threes in the country. So, that 18th hole, the par fives, pretty much you hit it over the down that slope. You got 6 iron in. So I don't know. Personally, for me, I might lose Eagle Canyon tonight, but that stroke one is definitely for me. So I don't know, boys. Kailami it is, I guess.
Great. Okay.
Naz?
Yes, sir.
Your thoughts?
My thoughts? Yes. No, that's why I'm doing this side of the thing, so that you, the professionals, can talk about it.
Naz likes Eagle Canyon as well.
I do like Eagle Canyon, but that was my initial one. Then when I was doing the list, then I needed to replace it. So then I had to shift things around. So I went for Peking.
Oh, but guys, it's just so. You go to every golf course, it's par 4, par 5, par 3. The modern golf courses are back-to-back long holes, tough holes. So I don't know. Can we not modernize it, or are we stuck on a par 3 again?
We will see when we come to show 19 where we're going to go. Let us remind you, before we leave you, that we are doing a competition. And the competition is, we're going to give away a box of Titleist Tour Softs. And this is going to be difficult, but submit before the end of Monday, because we're going to come on Monday again at 7 o'clock. So we need your list before that. Submit your 18 holes. So we've already helped you out. So you've got Redding, Bendawa, and Kailami. So you've got to fill the rest in. And the closest and participating in our chat will potentially win yourself a sleeve of Titleist True Softs. Okay, everybody? That is what we have for you today. Exciting.
Yes, thinking it's hard.
It is difficult. Once you start your list, I'm not finished yet. I've had 2 holes to go, and one course had a par 3 and a par 5. And I've already had my 4 par 3s and par 5s on the list, so I've got to do some shuffling again tomorrow and Monday to get my list where I want it to be.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm trying to get this graphic away, but it won't go away. So I'm just going to keep clicking and clicking and clicking. There we go. We're back. Okay. Everybody, that's it. From Saturday, we'll see you on Monday. Send us through those lists. Thank you for everybody on the comments and for being in touch. We appreciate it. Till next time, we say adieu. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.